Hey guys, it's Emery here at PDMG. I'm the marketing manager. I'm going to be taking you guys through our latest blog post that's on our website about product optimization tips for 2021. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through it and show you all the different steps that we here at PDMG take to get listings optimized. Okay, so let's get started. In order to have your products seen, your listing needs to be optimized. And I'm just going to kind of read through our intro here for you. Optimization is a crucial tactic for getting your products to index or appear when a customer puts a keyword in the Amazon search box. So in this post, like I said, we're going to walk you through the steps to do that. When you're working on optimizing your listing, you want to deliberately choose keywords that are relevant to your listing and to the search terms that customers are using. So know your customer, but create it to work for Amazon SEO. Okay, so scrolling on down, your listing title, images, and bullet points are of the utmost importance, so we're going to break those down. So first, Amazon product title. When constructing your title, you want to think about the absolute most important keywords and include them. You want to use proper spacing, you want to put the brand name and the product name at the front, and then just remember that keywords used in your title don't need to be repeated throughout the rest of the listing or in the back end because they're weighted the most heavily there in the title. Okay, so how do I know what those most important keywords are? There's some different ways to find out, 4 different steps that we take here at PDMG to figure out what those most important keywords are. So let's scroll on down here real quick and I'll show you. I did an example of an optimized listing for this white sneaker that I just made up. So this is what we're going to use when we go through all of these different steps, the title, the bullet points, all that good stuff. So starting with the title, you can see here where I put the brand name in the front and then the product name. And then next are going to be these keywords. So let's scroll back up real quick. So our first step to coming up with super important keywords, we're just going to use our brain and maybe a thesaurus to think about what other words are similar to my product. So if we just popped over to this thesaurus here, I just already put in sneaker just for sake of time, and you can see what comes up for similar cleat, shoe, footwear, tennis shoe, foot gear, gym shoe. So I'm just going to kind of keep all of these in the back of my mind when I'm working on my title, making notes. Okay, so that's step 1. The next step, let's pop back over here, is go to the Amazon search box and type in your product and just see what other phrases shoppers are using when they're typing in the search box and see if there's anything we could pull from there. So if we go over to Amazon, and we're just going to type in white sneaker. Okay, so we see what comes up here for women, for men, cleaner, women's fashion, girls, slip-on. So a couple different things here that people are searching. Again, we're making mental notes of all of these keywords here and, thinking what do we want to put on the title here? Okay, so the next step is to use the search results themselves. So we're going to pop back over to Amazon, type in the product, and actually hit search and see what other products are coming up and their respective titles. Let's see if there's anything good that they have that, we might be missing that we should use. Okay, so we put in white sneaker. I'm going to scroll down past the sponsored and just look at the organic listings. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Women, lace up, memory foam, that's kind of interesting. Princess sneaker, comfort, lightweight, I like that, that's pretty good. Advantage, just some different things here. Let's keep on going down a little bit and see what else we can see. Fashion, canvas shoe, so they're just kind of describing the material. Lace up, same kind of concept. Running shoe, non-slip. Bunch of different good things in here that we could probably use. Okay, so we're taking note of all of those. And then the last step is we're going to use a product classifier tool. We like to use Helium 10 just to make sure that we're not leaving out any important keywords. So, like I said, for the sake of time, I already put white sneakers in there. So we can see what comes up under word frequency. Okay, we see shoes, women, running, slip, tennis. That's kind of an interesting one. I may use that in the back end, but we'll see. Let's scroll on down. I switched the match type to organic. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that we're missing? We're seeing tennis again. Let's see. Sizing. Running. Okay, so I think we've got enough to go off of here. So let's pop back over. Okay, so let's go down to our title and see what I decided to put in. Okay, so like I said, brand name, product name, and then I went with everyday tennis shoe, comfortable footwear for walking, lightweight and lace-up style, 1-inch rubber sole. So I saw a lot of use of women and men in the title, but I think that my shoe is unisex, so I just made sure to put that in the product name. And then I've got my words that are kind of describing what the material and style of the shoe is, and then just some other important keywords here in the middle. And anything else that I decided not to use is just something that I deemed not important enough to go in the title, but it is still important, so it's somewhere else, whether it's in our bullet points or in our back end, and we'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so scrolling back up. Next, for getting your listing optimized is your Amazon product images. Images should be engaging and accurately show the product. You want to make use of 3D rendering, close-up and zoomed-in shots, lifestyle images. So like example for the shoe, I would maybe want to show somebody running, walking, kicking a ball, things like that, just to really showcase your product. And then let's look at the bullet points. Okay, so bullet points are very important to your listing, but try to keep them informative and to the point. So a customer may not want to read a novel about your product. Just keep a direct approach. Okay, let's scroll down and see what I did for my bullet points. You can see beating the USA, soft breathable lining, describing the shoe again. It's easy to slip on and off, your round style, and then I just kind of, briefly mentioned that you can use it for a variety of activities. Okay, let's scroll back up here. Okay, so the next section we're going to fill out is the backend. Backend optimization has 5 different sections that you're going to want to fill out for your listing. Okay, so the first, search terms, how you would describe your product. So this is like, what do customers need to know in order to find it? Important phrases, synonyms, just continuing to describe the product as much as possible. Let's see what I put in here for mine. Okay, so I said simple, modest, classic, modern. You can see on the shoe here, those descriptions definitely fit. So I'm just really, really trying to describe it as much as possible. Okay, going back up, next section, subject matter, what your product is about. So let's think about category terms, and we're going to try to cast a wide net here. Okay, so we come back down and see subject matter. Okay, so, I thought this maybe would fall under shoes, apparel, outerwear, maybe sports equipment, walking gear, outdoor recreation, all these different categories. The next one is intended use. So that's going to be when and where to use your product. This is a really great one. Okay. So I feel like my tennis shoe can be used for a lot of different things. So I tried to make that clear in this section, all the different sports, tennis, golf, walking, running. We saw some of these keywords come up when we were searching. Travel, work, the park, summer, winter, spring, all these different things. Next section is target audience. Okay, so who would use your product? We already put unisex in the title, but we can expand on this even more in the back end where we've got some more room. Okay, so I said men, women, children, adults, kids, athletes, jock, player, competitor, elderly, girls, boys, really anybody I feel like could wear this shoe. So I tried to expand on the target audience as much as possible. And then the last one is just other attributes, so other important features of your product. If this is a product where you have ingredients, this would be a good place to list them. Whereas for the shoe, I'm just kind of going to describe the material a little bit more. Okay, so is it canvas, rubber, cotton, holes, grip, eyelets, logo, words like that. Okay, so moving on past the back end, there are some prohibited keywords that you're just going to want to make sure to keep note of anywhere in your listing. You don't want to use these. So your brand name or other brand names, any sort of temporary statement that's like new, on sale, things like that. So just keep note of all of these right here. You don't want to use these anywhere in your listing. Okay, keep on going down. Okay, so here are some tools right here that you can kind of use when working on deciding if your listing is relevant to what the customer is searching for. So the brand dashboard, the brand analytics tool, and the product classifier tool. These are all great. Okay, let's talk quickly through some other optimization tips that you can maybe use when working on your listing. Okay, so just keeping in mind, structure your product listing relevant to the search terms. Your sheer number of listings does not determine where your product ranks, but it might improve your conversion rate. Search rank is affected by FBA and FBM inventory levels, so it's important to keep an eye on what your inventory levels are. And then just having your company brand registered on Amazon can be super helpful. Okay, so to review, let's remember that you're always selling two things on Amazon. The actual physical product, which is your real value, and then the listing itself, perceived value. But remember that people can't see the real value on Amazon. They can't see your product in person before they buy it, so you need to prove it within your listing. And focusing on all of these different components of your listing, using appropriate keywords, this is what's going to make your listing optimized. Here at PDMG, we focus on all of these tactics listed above, so please let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.